Welcome into the Texan Live Sports Update presented by TexanDrive.com. This is a new weekly update on Texan Live where we will be bringing you stories, interviews, and much more. And to kick off this week's episode, we headed out to Humble High School where the Wildcats under fifth-year head coach Laird Crawford are off to a hot start this season, and a big reason why is senior Kevin Dawson.
The Humble Wildcats have surged to be an offensive juggernaut this season thanks in big part to Kevin Dawson. The senior, averaging 18 points and 8 rebounds per game, has been a big factor in that scoring effort.
Well, it's been really good. We tried to tell him earlier this year that, he was our main guy. We needed him to be aggressive. And that's the thing with him, just keeping him aggressive early on. He's been struggling. He only had 2 points last night in the first quarter, but he kept attacking and kept shooting. We said, you're our guy. So it's been good. We haven't had a guy like that since my first year here. Trey Collins was a guy that could kind of do that, but it's been really nice to have him step up and be the scorer we knew he could be.
It's just the coaches and my teammates believing in me to make the good shots. So they put me in the right position. I just knock them down.
When Dawson arrived at Humble as a sophomore, Crawford said he was a shooter already, but have really worked on getting him to drive to the rim more. That ability to shoot from beyond the arc and still be a viable threat in the paint has made Dawson even that more dangerous of a scorer.
He's very dangerous because if he does get it going from the outside, he's tough. And then if you come out and guard him, he can get to the rim. So that's what we thought earlier this year that would make him a really tough cover, is that he could play inside and outside. So
Dawson in the last 3 games for Humble has scored 30 or more points in each. Sometimes he starts slow in a game, Dawson said, but once he gets going, it's hard to stop him.
It just happens out of nowhere. Like yesterday, the first quarter, I wasn't really feeling it. Then it just came. The team was just passing me the ball and telling me to shoot it. So they were just believing in me, and I was just making the shots.
As far as the other aspects of his game, Crawford said Dawson is a leader, but in his own way.
He's a quiet leader. He's not a in-your-face, vocal leader. That's usually probably Isaiah Longino, but he's a leader in the sense that he's always here. He's always in the gym. The team feeds off of him. When he gets going, the rest of the team sort of gets going, and that's kind of what happened last night. He got going, and that kind of got the rest of the team really going. So he leads by example.
Along with basketball season getting into full swing, teams have taken to the pitch to get the 2017 soccer campaign underway. Earlier this week, Texan Live caught up with Summer Creek head coach Frank Owino to hear about his team and the upcoming season for the Lady Bulldogs.
All right, we're joined with Coach Owino of the Summer Creek Lady Bulldogs. Coach, can you just fill us in on how the season's going so far?
Yeah, this is our first game of the season, so we really started well. I like what I saw. We've got lots of new girls. Almost 3/4 of the team are new girls. And I'm impressed. I have a 15-year-old who just scored the first goal on a debut, and I was very, very happy.
Not too shabby at all. So looking in from last season's team into this season's team and seeing the difference, what can you tell us about the camaraderie of these girls and how they're gelling together so far?
Yes, the girls are doing well. We practice over the entire break, except for 7 days only. Of the entire break, the whole year, that's the only time we didn't practice. And the girls have come together a long way. And I'm happy that I'm seeing that understanding that it's a team concept. And though we have a lot of new girls that have gelled together with the older girls, and they're learning and they're seeing, and we have very few seniors. Majority of them are juniors and sophomores and lots of freshmen. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing so far.
Well, that's good to hear, Coach. Well, let's jump into district a little bit. 21-6A, you know how tough it can be with Kingwood, and of course everybody in Humble ISD and Atascocita as well. Well, now you jump with the North Shore teams and whatnot. So how do you see yourself and the girls stacking up in district this year?
No, this year really we should be able to make the playoffs, because last year's the district we were in was way tougher. We were playing all the northern schools, and honestly we were the weakest in the district. But this year, when they took off all the other teams, we only have Kingwood, Atascocita, and K-Park. Those are the only schools we have from the former teams. So we are playing Baytown, North Shore, way easier. Yeah, those are better opposition for us.
Well, I guess if you did mention playoffs, but if you had just a goal in particular that you wanted to accomplish with the girls this season, what would you say it would be?
It's not only to make the playoffs, but to have as many players recognized by colleges. This year we had our first college sign-up ever since I came to this school. And this year I'm expecting to see 3 or 4 more picked up to go and play to be further soccer in college, apart from winning the district, yeah.
Well said. I guess my last question I have for you: the Humble ISD Cup here at Turner Stadium. The competition that you've seen so far, or that you know that you're going to see in the future. I mean, how do you think you and the girls stack up in this tournament?
Yeah, this tournament is possible for us to make the final or at least the semi-finals from what I'm seeing. Because last year we didn't win a single game in the tournament. They neither the previous year. But this year we started with a win, and I'm hopeful that the next opponent we're going to get, at least we're going to be able to put up a competition. I have more girls, the biggest number ever I've had.
New Caney football continues to rise as a winning program in North Houston, and as part of the success this past season was wide receiver Eli Aiken. Aiken, who led the Eagles this past year with 64 catches for 1,202 yards and 17 scores, has been invited to the 2017 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. The bowl game will be held in Oakland Coliseum, home of the Oakland Raiders, on January 21st. Don't forget tonight, fans, former Channelview quarterback Jalen Hurts leads the #1 Alabama Crimson Tide onto the field in the College Football Playoff National Championship game against the Clemson Tigers. Hurts threw for over 2,300 yards and 26 scores, while rushing for another 1,300 yards and 25 scores in his senior year at Channelview. Now with the Tide this season, Hurts has passed for over 2,600 yards and 22 touchdowns, and has rushed for just over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns as a freshman at Alabama. Jalen Hurts will be one of 11 Texas high school football players on the field tonight in the national championship game representing their respective teams.
In other news, Dickinson's Bailey Klingler has been named to the 2017 USA Softball Junior Women's National Team, and we'll have an interview with Bailey on the Texan Live Sports Update next week. Well, that'll do it for this week's Texan Live Sports Update presented by TexanDrive.com. For more information about Texan Live, visit us on social media with Twitter at Texan_Live, Instagram and Snapchat at Texan Live, all one word. You can like our Facebook page, Texan Live, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Texan Live, as well.
Hey fans, Head Coach Bert Brocker here, and I want to thank you for a fantastic year.
The biggest savings of the year are right here at Texan.
And our goal is to make sure every customer has a great experience and gets a great deal.
Thank you for making us the fastest growing dealership in the nation.
Texan Dodge, Chrysler Jeep and Ram, and Texan GMC Buick is located at Highway 59 in Will Clayton. Or shop 24/7 at TexanDrive.com.
We treat you better.